Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Y'all, I am super excited about today's video because I am getting my closet makeover. I am getting a custom closet installed, and this is something I wanted since I moved into this house. So this is a new build. I bought it So this is a new build. I bought it last February and I moved in August. But there were a lot of things that had to be corrected, fixed, adjusted. So by the time I got to the closet, it was just put in some shelves so I can hang out my clothes. And that's exactly what I had the people who were doing the work on my house did. I just had them put in some closet, what do you call them, shelves, bars, so I can have a place to hang out my clothes. Now, if you saw my last video, you understand why they weren't the best closet installed pieces. And it's not because of their work, it's just because they're the Home Depot, like Lowe's ones you can buy. They don't hold a lot of weight because if you remember the closet, and I'll put like a clip here for my last video, and that's the third time that's happened, okay? The third time. So the bars are just not that strong. The only thing that was on like that top shelf was like my basket of linens and jeans. That's it. So I'm very happy about this closet makeover because I can actually efficiently use the space. I have a very small house. It's under 1,000 square feet. There are only 3 true closets in this house. 2 are the size that you saw in the video, and then my closet is a little bit bigger, but it's still not really big. And I got a lot of stuff. And even though I'm not a person that holds on to clothes, I constantly, at least twice a year, go through things that I'm not wearing. I still have a lot of clothes. So things that I actually like and wear and things like that. So I need to find a way to efficiently use the space. So getting this closet design, it's not a need. It kind of is because I'm tired of my closets falling on me. But it is definitely a want, and I'm super excited because I do like to use space most efficiently regardless of the size of the space that I'm living in. So I am going with a company called Closet by Design. They are a national brand. So I'm going with a local franchise here where I live. And the person who did my closet consultation, well, first of all, I want to say they responded super quickly. I found them on Thumbtack. I did like the little search. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and like the next day they had called to set up an appointment, and she was super nice. And you know how you see all the different closets, especially if you like look at inspiration like on YouTube or Instagram or something like that. So in my mind I was thinking, oh, I want to do this and this. But when she got here, I was like, listen, you're the expert. I truly believe letting the expert guide you. I'm like, you're the expert. Tell me what's going to make the most sense in the space that I have for what I want to do. So the plan, and I'll put them here. The plan that I'm going with, she basically was like, this is going to be most efficient, give you the most space. And I do like it because it's going to give me a lot of flexibility. I am going with rods in one unit because I'm going to have 2 custom units put in, and then I'm going with shelves on the other. And the reason for that is, of course, I want to be able to hang my clothes, and I want to be able to do 2 things. Have extra storage. With these shelves, they are going to be things that I can move around, so I'm not locked into one configuration. So if I need thinner, distance, height, I can do that. If I need thicker, I can do that. So it allows me to be able to move around versus getting drawers, which I was thinking of adding into the closet. Instead of getting drawers, I have more flexibility, and that's what I really want because it allows me to change when I need to. So, and I do plan on being in this house for at least another 2 to 3 years. So I definitely need, that ability to change things up a bit. Now, the other reason I want to do shelves, and I was thinking about drawers, is because, and I'll show you this a little bit later, I do have a dresser, but my room is small. So it takes up a lot of space. And my goal is, if I can get the things in my dresser, underwear, which quite honestly, underwear is very small. So it doesn't really take up a lot of room. Even if you have a lot of pairs, it doesn't take up a lot of space. So underwear, bras, workout gear, tops, bottoms, my pajamas, if I can get those in baskets because it still be aesthetically pleasing and it can still hold my stuff, then I would love to be able to move those in the closet so I can actually get rid of this dresser and put a smaller vanity in here that I have that I really love. That's currently being stored at my parents' house. I can put that in here so it'll still give me a place to store like my perfumes and my lotions and all that good stuff, my room sprays, but I'll have more room to walk around and I feel like it'll at least make my room look a little bit better. So, you know, there might be a bedroom makeover coming soon. I don't know. We're going to put that on the list. But those are my goals for this closet and I'm super, super excited. So I'm going to take you in so you can see what it looks like. And, oh, wait, I forgot to mention. The other thing is shoes. Like, you will notice, like, I have those under the bed shoe organizers. I went from having the beautiful clear boxes with all my shoes displayed, and I miss that. And the problem with not having my shoes displayed is I forget I have shoes. I literally found a pair of shoes that I bought, never wore. I bought them, but because they're in a box, kind of tucked away, I'm not seeing it, so I forgot about them. So I really also want to be able to put at least the shoes that I'm going to be wearing a lot or that I would be wearing a lot on display in the closet on the shelf. So that's another reason I also want shelves, so I can put my shoes in my closet. Because currently there are some in the closet, there are some under my bed, and there are some under my dresser. So let me show you that, and then we'll take a look in the closet. All right, guys, so this is my room, my tripod with its broken light ring, but this is the dresser here that I'm talking about. So yes, it is 6 drawers of stuff, but I feel like I can definitely get this stuff in the closet based off of what we talked about. So I'm hoping that's gonna work. Here's my bed. It's a queen size bed. And oddly enough, this room was measured to where you could fit a king in here. But I'm like, why would you want to be so stuffed? I have one table here. I have my laundry basket here. And then if we come back in this corner, this is where I just have my yoga stuff. And then this is the closet to, or this is the door to my closet. So if you look under my dresser, you can see there are boxes of shoes under there. And then if we look under my bed, you can see 1, 2 down there in the corner. And then on the other side, there's literally another one of those bins. All right, y'all. So here's the closet. Now, I will say, when I first saw the closet, I was like, oh, it's super tiny. And then for some reason, I thought the closet was bigger before I moved in. But I can actually get a lot of stuff in here. So we see I have a lot of clothes in my closet. Like, it is, and there's still space on the racks. And then here down at the bottom are like the shoes. Now, one other thing that I don't like about the closet is I don't know if he just thought like reaching up high was going to be a problem for me. But the way they put the height that they put it in, it has the clothing like hitting the shelf. So all the things you have to like kind of go under there, and that's super dramatic. But you know, it's just not like, okay, I can use that shelf space and just be able to see everything. The other thing, because this is on a curve, all of that space in the back is not utilized. And then you can see some things will stay on the curve, but a lot of it just kind of goes to the straighter area. So that is something that's going to be fixed. I'm going to be able to utilize all that space back there in the corner, and then the shelving unit will be here. So I'm still going to have places to hang everything. And then I'll also have the space to put things on shelves, and it's going to go up, you know, high. So I'll get more height. So I'm super, super excited. And this is what we're working with here. On this side, I just have hooks. And she was just like, in this space, this is the best way to kind of utilize it. Keep using that wall space because I'll still have access to that. Then I have hooks on the back of the door too. That holds my PJs. So, yes. So what we have to do today, is get all of this stuff out of the closet. So price point, I didn't talk about that, but the price was actually really, really good. I had her price my closet and then the 2 smaller closets that I showed a clip of one in the closets earlier in this video, those ones. So right now I'm only doing this one because that second room is where my daughter stays when she is home from school. So like she's pretty much at school most of the time, almost probably 10 months out of the year. 12 months because she's actually, 11 months because she's actually working there during the summer. So she's not even home right now. So though I do want her to have, her closet space, the closet that she puts most of her stuff in when she is home, those racks have not fallen down, thankfully. The closet that did have the racks that fall is where we kind of put things that we don't touch often. We have linens in there, paper towels, and that's kind of like a storage and a closet. So I'm not as worried about those two. Even with the closet like falling down, we'll just organize that a little bit later, and it's gonna be what it is because I am tired of calling them back to work with those little janky closet hanger thingies. So I'm not too, I keep saying we like she paying for something. I'm not too pressed to get that set up right now, hopefully before the end of the year. But in total, I think, and I'm trying to think of this off the top of my head, but I will look at the pricing. I think for all 3 closets, it's like $24 total. The 2 closets in her room were like $700 each. My closet is like around $12 or $13. So the original price, which is, she called it the national price, for my one closet was like $2,400 or $2,200 or something like that. But this franchise actually takes, I think it's 40% off of that price, off of the top. So that's the first discount they give. And then they have like monthly discounts. And I signed up in June. It's now July, of course. Because, yeah, when you see this, it'll still be July. So it's now July. And in June, they had like another 15% off if you signed up that particular day. The cool thing about her is even though I did not sign on to do the other 2 closets, she said she would still apply that discount to those 2 since I am doing this one. So I thought that was really cool and nice of her. And then I feel like there was another discount they had, but then there's another discount if you tear out your current closet yourself. It's only 5%, but I was like, give me the 5%. Because if we can save money, I can unscrew some screws and take down some closets and move some clothes myself. Well, I would have had to move the clothes anyway, but you know what I'm saying. So they do ask that you spackle the holes. One thing about the design that I got, there is no backing in their closets, and I went with the basic. They did have tons of different designs and colors, but honestly, the basic works the best for me, and it makes the most sense because my house is white, gray with pine wood floors, so brown, like the whites on the trim and the doors, as you can see. The walls are gray, my floors are brown, pine wood, true pine wood. So it really didn't make sense to try to do a bunch of different colors because the white makes sense in the closet. So for resale, it fits the space already, so that's what I went with. That is the basic, and they had like different I don't want to say molding because it's not molding, but like kind of the curvature or the beveling maybe of the closet design, but I just went with regular. Now, all of their closet layouts, none of them come with a backing, I believe. So, you want to fill the holes and sand them down, and you want to then paint over them if you want. Now, honestly, with the clothes and stuff in there, you're not going to be able to see that. But I'm going to still do it. I'm going to do it now because I want it to look nice even though I can't see the back. So that's another thing we have to do today. So let's go ahead and get these clothes out of this closet. We're going to go ahead and move them in the other room. So for those of you who are like, in my last video, why aren't you hanging up your clothes? This is why. It didn't make sense to put them back in the closet when I knew I was just going to have to come take them out the next day. So that's why I left those clothes on the chair. But I'm going to go ahead and move the other things in there. Another thing I'm going to do, if I'm cleaning out my closet to this degree, we are going to be decluttering. And like I say, I do this like twice a year. I have actually done this year. I think I've actually done it twice already this year, and it's July. So I'm really good at letting go clothes. Now, I will say when it comes to bags and shoes, I don't let those go as often. And I don't know why. Those are the 2 things that are a little harder for me. But clothes, I can let go as long as it's not something that I got that's like vintage. So we're going to have our keep pile, of course. We're going to have our donate pile. We're going to have our trash pile if there is anything that needs to go in the trash. And then I'll have my vintage pile. Now, those are the things that I am definitely not wearing because you know the rule, if you haven't worn it in 6 months, that's typically what I go by. But some of my vintage things is not something I'm gonna wear often all the time because they stand out a little more. So for those pieces, yes, I may have not worn it in 6 months or something like that, but there are things I want to keep. But what I am going to do is store them at my parents' house just to give me even more space in my closet, because I'm not reaching for them every day, so I don't need them to be there. Sort of like my winter clothes. And then if it's like, oh, I really want to wear that shirt, even though I just said if it's not in front of my face, I forget I have it. It's a little different when it comes to these pieces because they are super unique. So if it's something I'm like, oh, I want to wear that, vintage African print outfit, I'll remember that. I want to wear that really cool 2-piece set, like, because they're unique pieces. So I don't forget about those. Sometimes shoes, it's just like, oh, it's another brown pair of shoes. Hopefully that makes sense to you. If not, it's okay. This is my life. It's okay. So we're going to go ahead, get this stuff out of the closet. We're going to put this stuff in the other room, and then we're going to go through it and then see what our piles look like. So let's get started. My house is like, this is how tight it is. Like, I literally got to close doors to get in and out my room. It's crazy. So I moved all the clothes. Now I do have my shoes in here. So let's come down. So I have my shoes down here and I need to move these out. But here are the shells we have to take off. And one thing I did not realize is these are not actually screws. So I feel like maybe I need pliers to get that out. I don't even know. These are screws. But you see how shaky that is? Like, and I don't think it's necessary. So the shakiness is one thing, and then the spoke. So these are the things that keep ending. But yeah, I don't know. And it's not that I don't think they put them in studs, because I know there are studs on this wall. But anyway, y'all, I'm just talking now. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm trying to figure it out, because it don't matter. But this is what I have to take down. Clearly, we all can't be in here together. It's not gonna work. Like, we all can't fit in the box. Like, this is the box that we are in. We can't fit in here together. So I'm gonna go ahead, take these out, and then I'll bring you guys back in. Like, these, I want to take them off now because my closet is going to be fancy. I kind of want to get cuter hooks for my closet. So isn't that always the case? So I'm going to go ahead, pull this stuff out, and then I'll show you how far I get. I do have to go and get the spackle because I don't have spackle. And I have to get sanding paper. And then I have to get the paint. I know the place they bought this from. I am just hoping that I can get what's it called, like a little sample container, because there are not that many holes. And yes, I do need to do the other closet, but there are even fewer holes in those because they only have like 2 like racks. If we look at this, they have like a top one and a bottom, and it's not even this long, because I think the closet, like the other closet, is probably like that long. So from the wall to my hand, or maybe a little bit longer. So yeah, I just want to get the smallest amount of paint, because it's not even that much paint that I need. So, and I'm really gonna try to spackle right over the holes. Like, I'm gonna really try not to do like a big screw. I don't even know how to spackle. We're gonna figure it out. I should know how to do this, but okay. So I'm gonna see you guys in a bit. Okay, so you guys can kind of see the closet better. I zoomed out a bit. But I've taken all the brackets off. It didn't really take that long to get the racks off. I tried to make sure I didn't do a lot of damage, but this is one of the holes. And I kind of feel like when I take these out, it might... I think these are anchors. So I feel like the holes are going to be a lot bigger than I thought. But it's okay because I feel good about what I've done so far. It's not going to take much to make me feel proud of the work that I've done, because this was work. 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes tops. But I'm going to go and get like the spackle. The paint I may not get today because I have to figure out the color. So I may end up getting that tomorrow. I'm going to have to let the spackle dry anyway. So I probably would not like spackle it and paint, sand it and paint it all today. I would and probably do the painting tomorrow anyway. So I'm going to finish it this weekend. It's Friday. So we will be finishing this before Monday comes, because they're coming on Thursday of next week, and having it done by Monday just makes me feel better. So I'm going to show them like, hey, what's the best tool to get this out before I just start pulling things out with my pliers. And then I'm going to get the rest of that done. Spackle sand. All right, guys, it is like 11 o'clock at night, and it's been a long day. I went out, got the supplies, so I'll show you those tomorrow. I did come back in and take off all the things, and I'll show you what that looks like, but I didn't film that because I was like tired. I came out of that sun and I took a nap and watched a movie, and then got up, pulled the stuff out the walls, and then took my shower. So here's what it's looking like. So you can see the ones that had the normal studs, they came out with pretty small holes. This one is still stuck in here. I'm gonna try again tomorrow to get that out. If I can't, it's just gonna be there. But you'll notice, because this closet did collapse as well, and they had to put it back up. So they used, not studs, anchors. But, yeah, it kind of, yeah, it did some damage, but that's okay because I have the things I need to repair them. I took off most of the hooks. I need my ladder to get up there, but I took off most of those too, because I figured, hey, why not take those off and just add the new ones instead of just leaving those, get better placement. But this is what it's looking like now. And I cleaned up the floor a little bit because it was a lot of dust. So I was like, let's clean up a little. So that's where we are now. Tomorrow morning, I'll get up, come in, and I'm like still sweating because that shower was hot. I'll get up and film. Now that everything's out, I can fit us in here. So I'll be able to put you up close and personal as I spackle the holes. I got the one that turns pink when it's dry. So we'll get it all spackled, leave it on there. And because of this right here, I do have the paint color. So I was a little bit of that drywall, so I can actually take it into them and get that color. So I'll do that tomorrow. So spackle early in the morning, let it all dry. And then it would have been nice if I had spackled tonight, because then it would be dry. I could sand in the morning, but it's okay. Spackle it early in the morning. I'll let it dry. I don't know. I'm going to read the box to see how long it takes to dry, because I might just, you know, let it dry, sand it up so I can clean up in here, and then go and get the paint. So that's the plan for tomorrow. See you. All right, guys. So that is number one. It is not super pretty, but our first one. Now I'm gonna do it without the net on this hole, because this is a little smaller hole. So let me see if without the net works better. So give me a sec. All right, y'all. So I did 2 holes. This is the first one with no patch, and then this is the second one with no patch. And it seems like maybe when my issue is like the little bubble, because I'm like, well, that's where the hole is. Is it just going to go away? But then I have like this little grid here, and I'm like, how is that going to file down? But we're going to see. We're just going to go ahead, patch the holes at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 up there. I don't know why I'm showing them behind me. 9, 10, 11, 12 holes. 12 holes, 13 if I can get this one out, but staring me in the face. So I'm just going to go and work on that, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like when I'm done. All right, so I want to show you guys. I did use both of the patches. Let's see, there you go. But the net only filled over 2 holes, so I did have to use the original patch. I am gonna say I like the net better because I feel like the net is thinner, and that one here it's self-adhesive, so it's a little easier, I feel like. And then it's definitely thinner. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is let this coat dry, and I'll go back over it, put another coat on it. I patched the other holes. It's the bubble in the middle that I'm concerned about. So I may end up, we'll see how they dry. Because I may end up just going and getting some additional like thin nets and, you know, just sanding it off and do it over. So yeah, let's keep going. All right, here we are. This is the first hole I did, and you can see it's still drying, and it's probably been maybe 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Of course, some have less spackle, but this is where we are. This is the one with the net. It said do like a thin layer and come back and do a second layer. So on the mesh net. So I may have to do that approach on both. I'm just trying to figure out how the thickness of this is going to become smoother. Like, I don't know. Anyway, the good thing is this will be covered by clothing. So if it's not super smooth, that's fine. It's covered by clothes. It's covered by like the basket. So I'm not gonna freak out over that. And this is a very good learning opportunity. Now, am I going to do this for the other 2 closets? I don't know. I might ask somebody who just knows a little bit more. But then again, I might try it again because learning something new is not bad. So that's where we are. We're gonna go get showered, eat breakfast, get showered, get the paint, let this dry, and, you know, see how it looks. So yeah, see you soon. All right, guys, it is several hours later, and it's all dry. So for these bigger patches, I'm gonna have to do like another layer because it did say do 1 layer. Y'all, I just ran upstairs. Do 1 layer and then add another one. So for those ones, I'll do another layer. I think these ones might be fine, but I might add another layer to those after I sand it down. So that's where we're at. I'm gonna go ahead and sand it down, and then I'll show you what they look like. That'll probably be easier than trying to keep you in the corner. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and then show you the results. And hopefully we can get some paint on the wall today. If not, we'll paint tomorrow. So see you in a bit. Okay, so some things I am learning. I put way too much spackle on here. And I'm sure I'm pretty sure y'all are like, as I'm doing this, way too much. However, it's okay. The holes are filled how they're supposed to be. So what I am going to do is just continue working on the other one so you can see that one. Some of them I feel like aren't as flat. Like this one just seems a little smoother than how this one looks. Hopefully that doesn't make anybody dizzy, but it's going to be covered by the unit. I just really want to have it look a little bit better back there and just not all like big holes. So I'm gonna finish doing this. I'm gonna clean up this mess that is accumulating on the floor, and then I'll get back to doing the holes, and then I'll actually see, I may not have to put any more. I feel like with these things, like I was saying before, they aren't as flush to the wall. So I'm like, that's not going to be smooth regardless of how much I put on it. But those holes were pretty big, so I did need to have something like to cover the hole. So it is what it is. I'm happy about how it's turning out. And, you know, I learned some things with this one. So when I do the next one, it'll be a little bit easier. But, oh, sorry about that. But yeah, so I'm just going to keep working on this and check with you guys later. All right, guys, so this is where we are. So the holes are filled, but I guess that's how it's supposed to be. I don't know. It would probably be a lot smoother if someone else did them. If I back out, you can see that the bigger patches, like I said, I'm not sure if the patch is supposed to be concealed because it's thicker than the flat wall. I don't know. I'm not going to trip too much over it. I'm just going to slap the paint on because I just needed to have the illusion of not having holes in it when you can see the back. And honestly, the most of the backing is going to be this side because this is the side with shelves. So there we go. This is a mess I have to clean up. So I'm going to get this clean up. I wiped off the wall so I could get the dust off, let the walls dry, and then after my shower, I'll come back and paint, and then we'll see what it looks like. So yes, we will see what it looks like. We're gonna be proud of our holes, y'all. We're proud of our holes, and closet 2 is gonna be easier. So yeah, check with you in a bit. Hey guys, so it's Sunday night. I painted last night, which I showed you footage of that, but it's actually dry now, and I actually have not been in the closet since I painted. So let's take a look at what it all looks like. So, oh wow, the paint actually matched pretty well. Like you can't, I mean, except for the fact that we can kind of see the hole. Like the paint did match pretty well. So I feel like what I want to be accomplished is accomplished. Now, of course, the patches where I have like the patches aren't blended that well, but I mean, I'm not mad at it. The paint match was kind of good. I mean, you can kind of see my strokes, so it's not perfect. Probably could have used a little TT more black in the paint, but I'm not mad at it. It's my first go around. We'll see if I improve my patching, sanding, and demolishing techniques for the next closets, but that's it for this video. I did say I was going to do the clothing part in this video, but I'm actually just gonna wait because I don't want all the videos to be super long. So I'm actually gonna do that in a separate video. So come back. It will drop after this one. So I will, once you see this one, just know that the other one is coming after that, and we'll be able to go through the clothes, go through the shoes, see what we're keeping, clear that out for our beautiful closet that's gonna be installed next week. I'm so excited. Thank you guys for coming back. If you're new, please stick around, and I'll see you next time.